The story of the day, Maresca, you waited too long. You waited too long to make the subs that needed to be made. We gave them too much respect, way too much respect, and therefore waited unnecessarily too long to bring in the attacking players that we needed to bring in to give us a chance to at least get something out of this game against a very good and talented Bayern team. I mean, the points were there to be had, but we waited too long to make the necessary subs. Bayern Munich 3, Chelsea 1. Bayern Munich 3, Chelsea 1. Guys, we lost. We lost, deservedly so. Overall, we were outplayed by Bayern. We did have some good, moments in between. Obviously, after they took the 2-0 lead, Palmer had the brilliant goal to pull us back 1-1, so 1-2. And for a minute, it seemed like okay, we're back in the game. There was a barrage of corner kicks that we had to endure at the end of the half. They may have had like 5 or 6 straight corner kicks or even more, and we managed to defend all of the corner kicks well. Notwithstanding the fact that Michael Olise, who for me was the best player in the game. I mean, apart from obviously our own code, Palmer. But Olise was a thorn in our flesh. Olise was a constant thorn in our flesh. Fair play to Cucurella for doing his best to contain him, and in fairness to Olise should have scored at least one goal, if not two. But again, when you play against Bayern and they have Olise, they have Kane. Those are two world class guys that you're not gonna have all the answers. You may have answers to one, but you're not gonna have answers for both of the players. And so, what you're looking for is two things. Number one is to play a clean game. Like, you can't make errors. The kind of error gifts that we gave Bayern Munich for their third goal, Kane's second goal. I mean, you can't make that. You cannot make that error. The game is 2-1 on a knife's edge, knowing that the next goal is the pivotal goal. And if you're a Chelsea fan like I am, we needed to be this team scoring the next goal. And it was just in a situation where a pass went to Gusto, who otherwise actually played well. I mean, I'm not gonna blame the young man. Everybody makes mistakes. Even Caicedo made an error, a poor tackle that gave away the penalty for the second goal, whereas Trevor Chalova couldn't get his feet organized, and was fortunate to concede an own goal, which is what put us in the 2-0 hole, put us in the 2-0 hole, and it's like it was the worst possible way to start, away from home. The idea was to keep the game tied, or us being in front heading into half, but we're down 2-1. Right? Then notwithstanding, we just went on ahead through Gusto. He was under pressure. It was a high intense game, a high pressure game, and he made an error and lost the ball. He tried to pass it. He basically tried to jab the ball as a pass back to I believe to Trevor. It wasn't. It ended up being a brilliant assist for Harry Kane, and everything happened so fast, it happened so fast because there was a replay that that was being shown to us on a previous play, and the next thing when they cut back to live play, boom boom goal, 3-1, and pretty much game over. I mean that was hurtful, and it was hurtful for me because 5 minutes prior to that, at least 5 minutes or more prior to that, it was obvious to me that Neto, Pedro Neto needed to come off, and we needed Santos. Really, the sub that he made, I know he knows he should have made that sub earlier. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not a coaching badge A coach, coach with his badges and what. But I mean, little me, amateur fan. It dawned on me as late as, I mean, ideally by halftime he should have made at least one sub. By halftime, at least he, Maresca should have brought in either Garnacho or Estevao by halftime, right? I mean that was obvious, but he just played it safe because it was only 2-1. He played it safe and tried to sort of keep it close. But sometimes when you're playing it safe and keeping it close, all you're doing is preventing yourself from winning the game, or from getting the result that you want to get. If you want to at least get a result, which is a minimum draw, you should play to at least score first, so you have something to hold on to, so that last, right? If they score, then you can go home with 1 point. But if we started the game trying to sort of play deep and play on the counter against a very talented Bayern team, that for me, right? I mean, I can see the logic behind it, but the thing is, once you go down, you have to go to plan B. You have to go to plan B early. We had to go to plan B early, and so by the time he went to plan B and eventually brought in Estevao, I think Estevao may have entered the game with like 10 minutes left. And I mean, right, everything changed. Everything changed, and I mean, for a brief a minute, it appeared that we may have been, that we may have pulled it back to 3-2 with a very brilliant assist from Andrew. What would have been an assist from Santos to Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer finished lovely. What would have been a very sweet brace, but he was just slightly offside. I mean, I was hoping that it wouldn't be off. I mean, I saw the play. I was like, this is very close. The linesman kept his flag down, and I was hoping that the linesman kept his flag down. So that means that there's a hope, a prayer that he might be onside. But once we all saw the replay, we saw he was offside, and they chalked off our Palmer's goal, and the scores, the line stayed at 3-1. Had we had that 3-2, then with 6 minutes of injury time, it would have been interesting to see how things would have finished, because at that point in time, we pretty much had them under pressure, and that's basically more evidence to show that Maresca waited too late to make the necessary subs, the subs that he should have made, to at least try and give us a fair chance, a reasonable chance to get something from this game. So that's all I have. I think our next game is on Saturday at Old Trafford against Man U. I mean, we have to come out. We got to come out with an attacking team. We can't play it safe like we did against these guys. You got to come out, and it's 3 points or bust. That's all I have. How do you all feel? Like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel. God bless you guys. Peace.